Hey guys, yesterday in my video, I tackled the current non-collectible status 53. Today I'm talking about Collection Statute Expiration Date, CSED. Now, the CSED really marks the end of the collection period, the time established by law for the IRS to collect taxes from you. The CSED is normally 10 years from the date of the assessment. So if that clock runs out and they haven't collected from you, they get nothing, which is good for you. Anyway, some items have their own expiration date, okay? And what comes to mind off the top of my head is the audit of your tax return. If there's an assessment based on the audit of your tax return, that the clock starts ticking the moment that tax is assessed post the audit, post the completion of the audit. So you may see, if you look at your transcript, you may see, or your individual master file, as my good friend would call it, you'll see that that date might be different than the date for the original tax return. So there are a couple of items like that. I'm not going to go through everyone, but just know that some things, some items, some activity on your account may result in a different start date for the collection period. Okay. Now, the IRS has time to collect. The IRS's time to collect can be suspended or extended. Okay, it depends. It just depends. Certain things will push it out, and certain things will shrink it, make it shorter. Now, the collection period is generally suspended when the IRS is prohibited from collecting tax. The time the IRS can collect is pushed out by the period it is suspended. I'm sorry. In other words, the initial 10-year time limit to collect is no more than the original 10 years. The IRS generally does not take levy action during the time the collection period is suspended, but there are some exceptions. In contrast, the collection period is extended when the IRS is legally authorized to a specific amount of time to be added to the initial 10 years. They are not prohibited from collecting during this period, okay? Suspending and extending the collection period both delay the CSED. And here's some common events that can impact your CSED. I'm going to go over three of these. Now, there are a variety of laws that impact CSED, right? And more than one action can suspend the running of the collection period. However, overlapping situations run simultaneously. If you request an installment agreement, commonly known as an IA, the time the request is pending pushes out or suspends the running of the collection period. So an IA that's in pending status until it is reviewed will push out that date. If the request is withdrawn or rejected, it also will push the date out. If you've defaulted on the payment plan, it's also going to push the date out. And basically, when it's rejected, the running of the collection period is suspended for 30 days. So that means it pushes out that installment agreement or related collection period 30 days. Okay. And then for bankruptcy, when you file bankruptcy, the period is suspended from the point you let the IRS know you're in bankruptcy proceedings until the bankruptcy court approves your discharge, and you add an additional 6 months. Add an additional 6 months on top of that. So it's going to be the time it's been worked out in the bankruptcy court plus 6 more months on top of that. That's going to extend the CSED. So you have to be very, very careful when you're going to file bankruptcy relative to how much time you have left on your CSED. That's why it's important to talk to a professional. Now, if you submit an offer in compromise, and I talked about it maybe 2 videos ago, if you submit an offer in compromise, that also suspends the time the IRS has to collect. And it's the same for if that OSC or offer in compromise is returned to you, if it's withdrawn by you, or it's rejected by the IRS. It's going to push that thing out. And by the way, rejections will cost you an extra 30 days. It's going to extend that period by 30 more days on top of the time it took them to decide on it. Hey, the CSED is an important thing to learn about. I talk about this on my webinar. Or you can also give me a call if you want to hear more information about this right now. Before I go though, on March 1st, I'm hosting a free live webinar called How to Protect Yourself from the IRS and Resolve Your Tax Debts. The link to the registration can be found in the description to this video, or you can simply just search for it on Eventbrite. Guys, it was nice talking to you as usual. Talk to you later. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.